Jessie Woo here, and you're tuned into the Culture Plug. Check it out.
Hi, I want to order. Hi.
Hi, this is a McDonald's. May I take your order, please?
I want to order an ice cream cone, please.
Oh, you want ice cream? We don't have ice cream right now. The machine is broken. Sorry.
But I came yesterday and you guys said the machine would be up and running today.
You come here Monday, machine is broken. You come here Tuesday, machine is broken. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Welcome to another episode of the Culture Plug. Today we have Jessica, aka Jessica Woo. Jessie Woo, I apologize. And she's actually someone that's a comedian / singer. Did I get that right?
Yes.
And I found her on Instagram, and your videos is mostly in Creole. You imitate, as you were telling me, like your family members and just part of the Haitian culture. Recently, did you see what happened with Safari and me?
What? I see.
How did lose your opinion towards that?
I mean, first of all, because I'm on Twitter, and so like first thing I saw was Safari telling Twitter that he got jumped. So I was like, I said, look what my old monsieur Blanche, Blanche. So I'm like, damn, how did he keep his white shirt so white and his outfit so white and he just got jumped? So I didn't think it was true. So Kunya, when I saw the second video with me actually hopping out the car, and then you see like his boys try to bum rush Safari, I was like, yeah, man. That was like, currently that's like the second best female hip hop beat going on right now. After this, it's like Nicki and Remy, and then there's me and Safari, like two other girls. Just I don't know, but it was. I mean, listen, kudos to Safari for escaping that and still having a white, all his white still being white. But come on, though, like me, you're doing too much.
I feel like I don't understand why Safari ran. You can't be running on camera. Like, you know, people can run.
Nah, I mean, if you get jumped, you might have to run.
He left his friend. He left his friend.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling that. But you can't say you can't run.
You can't run.
You can't leave.
There was no guns out. You ain't see no guns.
You don't have time to think. So it's like you don't have time to think about all that. If two people are coming at me, because from what I saw, it was like I saw from different angles. And from what I saw, people were coming from the back. So I would run too.
You would have ran?
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm not going to No, I will say, I'm not going to say you run, but you do try to assess the situation when you see a whole bunch of people coming. But you didn't assess the situation. Usually if you get jumped, you might run back a little bit, survey, see what's going on, and then square up. But he ain't do that.
But Safari let's acknowledge this. Like, Safari didn't take off running and kept running.
He ran
and just like try to see what was going on.
Yeah.
You know, so
and I do think he's fucking Meek up one-on-one. I'm not going to front. I don't think he's much of a fighter.
I think they should have just squared them right then and there if they were.
I feel like that. I feel that too. But the problem is they both have their entourage. Yeah. And so like it's gonna turn into this big thing. Like they need, you know, it was gonna turn into this.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't know if I don't think I'll ever get the opportunity to just, you know, do it one-on-one.
I think it's over. It's over. She's not with neither one of them.
We're not baby moon.
Alright, so moving forward, we know you're Haitian, but were you born in Haiti?
So I was born in Montreal, Canada.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I was born. I'm Canadian. I moved to.
Not Haitian.
I know. That's Spanish.
If you're Haitian, majority of the time you've been to Canada, at least like once a couple of times.
You've been to Boston. You've been to Brooklyn. And you've been to Miami. So like, if you're Haitian, you've been to been to one of those places. But I was born in Montreal, Canada. When I was in grade school, my mom, we moved down to Miami. And so I've been to Miami most of my life, and then I finished college last year. And then like, I want to say like a week after I was done, I was like, you know what? I really want to move. And I just put all my stuff in my car and I moved up here. I have family up here, so I went to stay with family, but I definitely was looking for my own place, and I found my place. I finally found a place in May. It's such a hassle. Like, it's been such a rough transition.
Yeah,
transitioning from, yeah. Miami's expensive too, but I feel like New York, it's just a rougher, it's rougher because New York is just that place where everybody's like, everything is moving. Nobody really cares what you're going through. Nobody really cares, you know, what you're trying to do. And everybody just get to it. And then like there's a lot of fraud going on with like finding an apartment. Like I ran into so much fraud. It was such a hassle. But once I got settled in my place, I felt like, okay, now I feel like I can be freer. And then, yeah, I feel like I can breathe. Because you know, when you stay with your family, girl, it is. I went to go stay with my aunt, and it was like a week after I went to go stay with my aunt, a whole bunch of people came to stay. My content, everybody's coming in. You know, they here for a couple days. You're not comfortable. And you know, Haitians, they don't mind like stacking up on top of each other. Like they don't mind that. They love that. Meanwhile, I'm over here like, hello, it's not me. Let's have my band from time. I ain't got time for that. Ou met un petit pain dans le frigidaire, ou aller pour prendre ou mettre un petit sandwich dans le frigidaire, laissez le prendre un sandwich là, ou pas faire un sandwich là, c'est peut-être manger sandwich là. Like, So, listen, when I found my place, I was like, thank the Lord. And I finally felt like I could be in a better place, in a better space. And that's when I started doing those videos.
I understand. What was it like growing up in Florida?
Growing up in Florida, it's always sunny. Well, let's not say that because, okay, Florida has two weathers, 2 seasons, rainy, hurricane. And so it's kind of like the same thing. But anyway, it was good. There's a lot of Haitians in Miami. I grew up in North Miami. So, you know, that's like Zoe Nation, Zoe Central. I grew up with a lot of Haitian kids. I remember when I was in elementary school though, when I came from Canada and I started going to elementary school, you know, the kids would joke a lot and they would tease me a lot for being Haitian. Like if you grew up in Miami, you know, like back in the 90s, it just was.
Yeah, too. It wasn't a good Haitian.
Yeah, it wasn't a good Haitian.
Really?
I found out that Haitians were not lit when I got to high school.
Because elementary school.
I went to private school and there's a whole bunch of Haitians in private school or whatever the case. Like there was no making fun of in private school because everybody's Haitian, we all Haitian or whatever the case is. But when I got to high school, that's when I realized like, oh, Haitians, that's not, we're not lit or whatever. But that was like a calm 4 years, right? And then 2010 and up, like Haitians just started.
Yeah, about that time.
I remember when I was in elementary school and the kids would say, oh, so you eat cat? And I'm like, no, I don't eat no damn cat. And I would go home, I'm like, Mom, do we eat cat? What are you talking about? Like, they keep telling me I eat cat, and they keep telling me I do voodoo and all that stuff. I'm like,
that's a good one too.
Yeah, so it was like growing up in Miami, when I was in elementary school, it was like, yo, it wasn't cool to be a Haitian, but my mom always instilled to be proud of where I was. And she always taught me the beauty in what we were and the people that we were. And I always carried that everywhere I went. So everywhere I went, people always knew like I was Haitian. I was never afraid to say that, even when people make their comments. Then I remember like probably around 2009-ish, this guy in Miami, Black Dada, he came out with the song Yes, Yes, I'm a Zoe. And it was like, when he dropped that song, and we all heard that song, Yes, Yes, I'm a Zoe, like, it was like, yeah, okay. It was a rap song. Okay. I don't know if you guys have ever heard it, but it was, yo, he dropped it, and it was like, finally, somebody's out here repping us. Like, you know what I'm saying? We carrying our Haitian flags everywhere. You know, Haitian Flag Day at school was always a big thing too. Yes, like we would all dress up in our Haitian flags. We would dress up in our Haitian flags with the mouchoirs coming out. the kids would like hate so much, and so like year after year, it got to a point where like the American kids would come with their American flags, and we're like, yo, y'all some pithies, like come on, dog. Y'all some pithies, like let us have our day, son, like come on, dog. So yeah, growing up in Miami, it was pretty cool.
What would you say is the difference between Miami and New York?
It's a big difference, Miami, New York. I mean, what do you mean? As far
in
as
terms of like everyday living, like being an Haitian person, everyday living.
I think that here, the difference between Miami and New York is, I think what makes here more of a melting pot when it comes to Haitians is that there's clearly communities where till this day, you know, if you're Flatbush area, you know it's gonna be Haitians. It's gonna be Haitians everywhere. It's gonna be a Haitian restaurant on every block. It's gonna be a Haitian bakery on every block. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna find someone who sells une masquiti. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna find someone on the corner. Like you're gonna find that. In Miami, we're more spread out, you know, especially due to transportation. I mean, transportation here is way better. There's no train in Miami. There's no, I mean, we have buses, but don't even try it. Like if you don't have a car, you're not gonna survive in Miami. Here, you don't have to have a car. I bought my car up here and I'm suffering from parking tickets. I get a parking ticket once a week, like it's crazy. But there's definitely a big difference. And you know, where I stay, you know, I'm from the Flatbush area, and where I stay, it's Haitians everywhere. I mean, I have so many videos I have not uploaded, and I get it all from the people I see every day, the things that they say every day. So it's definitely a big difference.
Okay. What made you start up doing your funny videos, your skits on Instagram?
Well, it started from, honestly, I was going through a tough time. It was taking me so long to find a place. And it was getting so depressing. And by the time I found my place, which was in May, I was moving in. I was like, no, I found my place in April. May 1st, I was moving in, and I just felt like, oh, finally. I just feel like I can do more, I can create more. I've done videos before, but they were like from last year around this time, and I've been in other people's videos, but I never did my own. And so, Mother's Day, my first video that I uploaded, if you look at it, was Mother's Day. I uploaded a video of me talking about my mom because I sent her a Mother's Day gift.
The tablet?
Yes, she didn't know that I was sending her an Amazon tablet. But like a day before it was scheduled to be delivered, she called me and she was like, Jessica, I'm going to Mother's Day. I said, iPad? Oui, m'da un iPad. Et puis, m'vle iPad là, c'est 16 gig besoin. Et puis that's it. I'm like, Mom, what are you gonna do with 16 gigs? Like, who's putting this in your head? Like, you don't even know what gigs are. What is this lady talking about? And she's like, Jessica, m'vle iPad. Si ou baka bon mwen pou jodi ya, m'da un iPad là pour Mother's Day, pour Haitian Mother's Day. I was like, oh, okay. Mind you, tomorrow you about to get a tablet, baby. I don't know. You about to get this Amazon Fire, and you gon', you know. And so she called me the next day, and she's like, "Hey, Mom, how you doing? Oh, Malawi." And ben, son tablet pour I'm like, yes, don't you like it? C'est pas tablette, c'est pas tablette, c'est pas manger tablette.
She really said this.
Yes.
You were joking.
She said that to me. Like, listen, when I make fun of my mom on Instagram, it's the truth. Like, my mom is the funniest person I know. She's so funny. And so she said that to me. And so I uploaded.
She make these videos?
I didn't tell her I was making these videos. Somebody sent her the McDonald's video. So yes,
the McDonald's,
the one where I'm
the machine is broken.
The machine is broken. The machine is broken. You come one day, machine is broken. You come Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, same thing. So somebody sent my mom that video. They sent it to her on WhatsApp. So she sent me the video. She's like, oh, Jessica. Video up sikile na Miami. Jessica, you don't tell me you do videos comme ça. that I uploaded, and now it's like she wants to see all my videos before I upload them. She's like, I want to see everything.
How does she know about the videos?
Yeah, she thinks it's funny. At first I thought she'd be offended because my mother is an evangelist. Like she's I grew up in church. She's very spiritual. But like I said, my mom is very funny too. But I just feel like she probably would have thought that I was making fun of her. But she thinks it's the funniest thing. Like she calls me every day. She's like, when is the next one coming out? What are you gonna do? Like she's very supportive of it, and she wants me to keep doing them. And so I kept doing them.
How did you get?
You said that you were raised in the church. Is that how you learned how to sing?
Yeah, my mom and my dad both met each other in Montreal. My grandmother had a big, how do you say that? A big jeune. I don't know how you say that in English, but she had a big ministry in Montreal.
Okay.
And my father, her son, she was grooming him to be a preacher. And so he would preach in the ministry, and my mom would go to the jeunes, she would go to the réunions, she would go to all that, and that's how they met each other. And my mom started diriging, and directing service, and she became like the choir director, and she would put together the kids choir, and like she has pictures of me, like I'm barely walking and I was right there. Like you see all the teenagers singing, and I'm right there in the front, like singing along. And she said to me one day, she said, she'll never forget, she said I was like 2.5. And she came home one day, and I was like sitting behind the couch singing to my pets. But I was singing a song that they were singing in the church, in Creole. And she said I was singing it word for word for word for word. And she said she just started crying. She couldn't believe like I was singing that. But both my mom and my dad are great singers. My mom can sing her tail off. My dad sounds like Teddy Pendergrass. Like I'm not even kidding. Like they can both really, really sing really well. So I think I get it from them.
Oh, that's amazing. I didn't even think you was gonna say your parents sing.
Yeah, they sing.
So has she ever gave you any lessons? Like this is what you do, this is not what you do?
Not really. I think my mom, she just didn't know how to guide me with that. And when I was in Miami, like for years, I tried to break onto that scene, and I had to do a lot of things myself, and I made a lot of mistakes. Like I went through a lot, and she just was kind of like there, but she didn't know what to do and how to steer me in that way. I think if it was for my mom, I would be like a nurse, or like most Haitian parents, they want you to just take that profession because, and I used to think it was because they don't want you to have a good time, they don't want you, but now I think it's because they know those professions are so secure, and you're not gonna have to go through a lot of BS that you go through when you're an artist, when you're trying to be an artist, when you're trying to start a blog, when you're trying to, be a musician, when you're trying to be a painter. It's just so much BS that goes with that versus if you just go to nursing school, you come out of nursing school, you're a nurse. You come out of law school, you're a lawyer. You know what I'm saying?
So what would you prefer a career path then? Would you rather be a singer, or would you rather be a comedian, or dealing with movies or acting of some sort?
Well, my main reason for moving to New York was definitely to pursue television. I did a season of Wild 'N Out last year, so I was in the past. I was a Wild 'N Out girl. But when I auditioned for Wild 'N Out, I told jokes, and I made Nick Cannon laugh a lot. And so I thought that going into it, they would have made me like a character that would have been in the skit, but I ended up being Wild 'N Out girl. That experience was great. It was crazy though, but it was a great experience. After doing that, I was like, you know what? And that was the first thing I ever auditioned for, like as far as to be on television like that. So after doing that, I was like, I definitely want to do more TV. So I moved out here to do that. So I would say that I want to be like a Jamie Foxx. Growing up, Jamie Foxx was always an idol of mine. He can make you laugh. He can do stand-up comedy. He can do scripted comedy. He can act. He can sing.
Yeah.
He's a musician.
Yeah.
Like, I've always thought Jamie was like the guy. Like, he was like a god to me because he did it all.
Yeah.
He did it all.
I was recently listening to his interviews and like how he got his name and stuff. He's pretty dope. Like,
He's so dope. Like, I've always
that's an amazing person if you had to pick a career.
Oh my
path to
gosh.
go. Yeah.
I would love to be Jamie. Because the thing is with Jamie Foxx, he can do anything. He can come out with a movie. He can come out with an album.
He can go with
He can host the BT
Show,
Awards.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He can come out with a sketch comedy. He can do it all, and people will still buy into it because everything he does it with such a standard. Like, he just raises the bar. You know what I mean? He's the all-around entertainer. So I would love to be, you know, I would love to do like a film like a Dreamgirls type of thing, like a Nina Simone type of thing. I would love to be in a sketch comedy. I would love to have an album. Like, I would love to do all that. And I think that the power of social media now is when you put yourself out there, the possibilities are endless. And I've taken a couple acting classes up here. They've been great. But what I've learned is, honestly, 2017, you gotta just make your own decisions. You gotta put yourself out there. Like, that's really how a lot of people are getting, you know, to be in television. When I did Wild 'N Out, when you would come into the dressing room, they would put all the girls' pictures up. And they would put all the girls as following on Instagram. And the people with the most followers got the most time, got the most episodes.
What?
It wasn't based on talent. It wasn't based on, oh, she's funny. It wasn't based on that. It was based on, well, she has 2 million followers on Instagram. And you go to their Instagram and it's, yeah, you go to their Instagram and it's all booty pictures, you know what I'm saying? Like, and not, hey, I ain't hating on that. It is what it is. But it's like, for somebody like me who's not gonna upload that, it's like, I felt that it was time for me to do it my way. And I remember doing that show and they're like, well, you know, take a picture with this girl, take a picture with that girl, get your followers up, you know, for next season and da-da-da. And I remember thinking, I'm not gonna do that shit. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna do this my way when I'm good and ready. And I've been thinking about, like, these videos, even though I just did them now, it's been a long time of me thinking about doing these and asking myself, how am I gonna do that? How am I gonna do this? How am I gonna be different? What's the message that I wanna give? You know, how can I put my talent out there and still be funny? How can I want people to know I sing. Let me sing in the background. You know what I mean? And people ask me, is that you singing in the background? Yes. So then when it comes time for me to upload more singing videos, people will be more receptive to that. So that's where all these videos, going back to the original question, which is what made you do all these videos. It's been, I'm finally in a place where I'm like comfortable and I feel like I can do it. And then it's been a long time of me thinking about how I was gonna do it. Because at the end of the day, you know, I can post up videos of me in my bra and panties every day and I can have all these followers. But in the end, like, I don't want to just do that. I want to upload things that are, when I look back, I can say, man, that's where that all started. And this is the message that I'm giving to people. You know, I'm talking about my culture. I'm showing you that, you know, you don't have to be naked all the time to have all this following. You don't have to, you know, just do a bunch of things that people do to be popular on social media.
And even if you was to put up like the naked pictures, you're gonna be known for that. Like, they're gonna probably catch the vines or you're singing or whatever. They're gonna be like, where do those pics at? Exactly. Where the pics at? I'd rather people ask me every day, damn, Jessica, what's the next video? I get that every day in my comments. Jessica, where's Kadushka? Where's the, you know, I'd rather that than people like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, no. I'd rather give you who I really am. And so, you know, people who do that, that's awesome. That's who they are. But I want to make it based off who I am. And, you know, I had some girls stop me the other day at Walmart, which is funny because, like, now people are starting to recognize me in the street and it's kind of weird. I don't know how. Even if they look at you, that, like, somebody, I know there's something like they look at you twice, like,
yeah, like I had these girls like, are you Jessica? Are you Jessie Woo? I was like, yes you are, girl. And you're like, yes you are. I'm like, okay. So the message, when they were talking to me and they were saying, man, thank you so much. Like, it's so good to see like a Haitian girl repping us and talking about our culture. And I was like, I thought maybe it would take a while longer for people to get my message, but it's so cool that in a month, people are already like, yo, she is repping us. Like, she is repping the Haitians. Yeah, like, well, she's repping us. Like, she's speaking Creole. Yeah. Like, and I've gotten a lot of people like say, oh, put subtitles and stuff. But it's like, I feel like it'll take away from, you know, what I'm saying. Like, I want you to look it up and want to understand what I'm saying.
Or even if you say the subtitles, something that you just said, like, it's not as funny
no,
in English.
It's not. It's not.
Because Caribbean people in general are like dramatic. Like, if I translate certain things, that it's not as funny.
It's not as funny.
So speaking of content creating, who are some of the best content creators on social media?
Oh my gosh, before I started doing these videos, I called a couple of them because I wanted advice. And so one of my favorites is Kels. I don't know if you know him, but he does a lot of the, like, he impersonates a girl a lot, and like he'll be going back and forth with his boyfriend, like imaginary boyfriend. I really like Kels. He's funny. Another one is African Ape. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but they both have over 500,000 followers on Instagram.
Oh, they're from New York?
Kels is from Florida, but he's in California now. And African Ape, Dami, I knew him from Florida too. He's in Houston now. Another one that I love is Not Carlton Banks.
Who's that?
He does a lot of the church skits.
Oh, no, I gotta look that up.
You don't know? Oh my God, he's so funny. And then of course I love like TT. I think his name is Quay, Blame It on Quay. He has like 2 million followers. He does a lot of the wigs. Yeah, and Lala.
I have to see it.
You guys know Lala, right? What's her?
I feel bad.
I can't remember her name, but they both have like over 1 million followers.
Who I know is
like the ones I like, Capri.
Oh, Capri. Well,
Mr. Comedy.
now I'm starting to get shows. Yes, now because I'm here, I've started watching more of them. Like Mr. Commodore is very funny. Capri is so funny because he's so vulgar, and it's like
Capri is the one with the chair.
My Uber's downstairs. Come like.
Yeah. He's the one that said, if you're my girl, you can't be laughing. Yeah. And he's like, when it's time for you to laugh. Like, yo, it's so funny to me. So yeah, those are definitely some of my favorites. But I feel like...
Have you ever heard of Shibata?
No.
No? It's a Jamaican guy.
Wait, he's based out here too, right?
I don't know if he's based out here.
Does he have Jamaican, Grenadian?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. But I forgot his name. But it's just this thing. But continue. Yeah,
I mean, I love a lot of them. And apparently 50 Cent has a sketch comedy show coming out, and like all the big New York guys are gonna be on it. It's coming out on BET. Like they're all gonna be on it. The Fat Boy guy.
The Fat Boy. Shiggy's gonna be on it.
Shiggy's gonna be on it. I don't know if Capri's gonna be on it. I know Cardi B is gonna be on it. Yeah, a lot of them are gonna be on it.
I think Cardi B too is someone that we used to, although she was saying real stuff.
Yeah.
But it was funny.
It was funny.
Yeah, it was funny.
It was funny.
It was funny.
It was funny because it was her experience. And I think that's what people a lot of times just relate to. Like even if it's just social media, like if somebody's talking about their real life experiences, you're gonna relate. You're gonna relate to that.
Would you want to collab with any of these people?
I would love to. I just think that they're up there. So they're gonna collab most of the time with people who are up there with them. So I mean, I've looked into, like, I've had people reach out to me about collabing. I'm supposed to be collabing with Haitian husbands. That's gonna be funny, I think. But I definitely want to do collabs with like more Caribbean girls. I feel like you don't see a lot of girls doing it.
It's not a lot of girls.
It's a lot of guys doing it.
That I've seen, the last one that like was known was Cardi B.
Yeah.
There's Aggie Gabby.
There's Aggie Gabby.
Yeah, but she speaks Spanish, so I don't really understand. Yeah.
There's Aggie Gabby, and then there's Watch Jazzy. She's from Florida. There's a couple of them, but I feel like there needs to be more girls. Like in general, it's just mostly a guy's game.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's definitely space for more girls, and I would love to see more Caribbean things, like, you know, because there's definitely a gap when it comes to that. There's definitely a void for that. So
I noticed in one of your videos where your mother did a prayer request, and she was like, "Oh, I need Jessica to stop being a boozing."
Mom, mother, amen. Thank you.
Was that real or you made that up? Or I haven't been to like a Haitian church, like so thorough like that.
Yeah.
But does that really go on?
It does happen now. I would say
like
my mom has said it. My mom has done that to me before, but she never called me a boozing. So she's never called. My mom has never called me any like curse word, but she'll say like "malike," you know, like she'll say that.
But
they will embarrass you.
Said something like that at the church.
Hell yeah.
That's crazy.
They will. Haitian church is the place where parents bring you to put that fear of God in you, and however they have to put that fear in you, they will do it. And embarrassing you is definitely one of like the top ways that Haitians are gonna put, you know, the fear of God in you. And when they know, when everybody knows that you're a malade, that ou parle me bien, ou parle me fait, ou parle me laver plat, ou parle me écrire chambre, like they know when they do that to you, and then like all their friends are there, and their friends' kids are there, and now they're like, oh Jessica, this is you. Like, it's embarrassing. They're gonna do that to you. So yeah, like these are all like, things that I've been through. Of course, I'm being a little more dramatic, even though it takes a lot to be more dramatic than a Haitian parent. But even though I'm being a little more dramatic, these are things I've been through. Like, I've been through this. And so when I said it to my mom, she was like, she already knew. Like, Mom, this is you. This is you.
What was some of your, going back, I know you was telling me that you grew up in a church and that's how you started singing. What was some of the singers you were listening to growing up? Like, what was like your favorites?
Whitney Houston.
I had a feeling you was gonna say that.
Whitney Houston, Lauryn Hill, Celine Dion, like Shania Twain.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That's like random, but I freaking loved her. Man, the first time I ever realized I could sing for myself was I was watching The Preacher's Wife.
Okay.
And when Whitney Houston started singing, I love the Lord, and I could sing along with it. I was like, oh, wait, I can sing. Then I remember seeing Sister Act.
How old were you around that time? How old were you?
I was in elementary school, like.
I see when you did the Joyful.
Yeah, I was like mad. I probably was like 6, 7. And I remember hearing Sister Act, and when she sang His Eyes on the Sparrow, she was on the piano.
Mm-hmm.
His eyes on the sparrow. That was my song. Okay. That was my song. Like, that's when I realized I could sing.
Okay. I noticed you sang like New Edition. I seen Planes in the Sky. I see Mary J.
Yeah.
I see you did All Night by Beyonce.
Love all night. Sweet love all night.
Those are old though.
They are. I went back.
They're like from earlier this year.
Have you written any songs?
Yeah, like honestly, man, I have this song called Wham, and it's like very popular in Miami. I never got the credit for that, but I wrote and sang the hook on that. And it to this day, like if you go to like a barbecue in Miami, if you go to like a reunion, something, they're gonna play that song. You go to the club, they're gonna play that song. I never got the credit for that song. Yeah.
But wait, you wrote this?
I wrote the chorus, I sang the chorus.
Who sang that? Who sings that?
DJ Reimer. So he's a big DJ in Miami. So like I said, like I have a lot of experience doing music in Miami. I would get gypped all the time. So before I moved out here, I started recording, and I'm actually going back to Miami next week for like a week and a half. I have to finish those recordings, and then once I'm finished with that, I'll be introducing like my music side.
Okay. Okay. I have one last question. I noticed you have went to the Donald Trump protesting. How was that experience?
Petit. I saw a lot of white people, and listen, I will say this. Living in New York is great. Like, I'm so glad I live in New York now versus in Florida, because, you know, New York is a Democratic state, and so, you know, New Yorkers, we really not here for the Donald Trump bullshit. But I just felt like when I was going to the protest, I would see so many white people, and it's like when you look at the statistics, y'all voted for him. Y'all voted for him. So I don't, you know. I don't understand. So I don't know. But, you know, nevertheless. No, I mean, of course I'm gonna protest. Like, I'm definitely anti-Trump. I mean, he's doing all this BS. Like, every day is some BS. And for the first time in a long time, I try to stay disconnected from it, but you can't avoid it. You see him everywhere. You hear about his bad decisions every day. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, my prayer just for us, like Blacks, Caribbeans, that we just get our shit together. Like, at the end of the day, make sure you getting your money. Make sure you taking care of your family, because this government does not care about us at all.
Definitely. Yeah. Is there anything else that you would like to say?
Nothing. I mean, I would listen. I am so shocked by the response I've gotten in the last month, like from people being on my Instagram, and like I am so shocked. I'm so grateful. I'm thankful, like, to you guys for talking to me. I'm thankful for everyone reaching out to me. Yeah, I'm so thankful for everyone reaching out to me. I did not expect to have this response, and like I just hope that everybody just sticks with me, because I'm definitely gonna be dropping more things, and I have so many good ideas, so many things in the works that I'm gonna bring to my social media.